Good morning, everybody. It's Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician, making another video for you out of Boise, Idaho. I'm up early. I've been up working for the past few hours, actually, just getting some things done and whatnot. We're trying to beat the heat, so it's just me right now, and the guys will be in later on today. Which, by the way, I've got some pretty awesome guys that are coming in and helping me out part-time as contractors, and so it's been really neat and a huge blessing and awesome. And so the shop is slowly up and coming, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, I went ahead and woke up early. I'm going to close shop today at probably around noon or 1 o'clock when it starts hitting 100 plus degrees and whatnot. I need to get a big fan is what I need to do. Just get one of those big commercial industrial fans and do that. But anyways, I figured, hey, I'm kind of bored and lonely here while I'm working, and I figured we could hang out for a minute. So I've got this Toyota right here. It needs a new AC compressor. We've got the AC compressor and all that other good stuff. Filter dryer kit and new caps and O-rings and whatnot. Now, with Freon, something I need to start doing is buying Freon in bulk. So what I do is I buy the cans, but I actually never use these applicators. Nothing against the applicator. I don't use them. I use the gauges, and then I've got a tap for my cans that I use. I just hook up to the yellow gauge here. I actually have two different sets of gauges because sometimes gauges can be funny and give you funky readings, and you're like, what the heck is wrong with that? So I always like to have a second set of gauges around just to compare readings and whatnot. So yeah, just need to recover the Freon out of here and remove the belt and get the compressor off and out and all that other good stuff and get that done. So gonna get that started. Now I have this Tahoe here. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. So it came in with the complaint that they think it might be a transmission or a clutch issue with it. The thing about it is it's an automatic, so it doesn't necessarily have a clutch like a manual does. So that it was acting up between first and second. To me, it sounded like it's in limp mode, or it's going into limp mode, even though we don't have a check engine light. The engine won't allow the computer to rev over 2,000 RPMs, and there's lots of power and all that other stuff. So I'm not real sure what's wrong with it yet, but I did notice, granted, it's already, what is it, like 8 o'clock, I think, or earlier, actually. The sun is just now coming up. It's already 70. Okay, so yeah, it's only 75 degrees outside. I'm going to show you right now, the truck's beginning to overheat. You see that? Right there. Okay, so if you ask me, I bet you the water pump needs to be changed. Water pump is weak and all that other stuff. So, but yeah, anytime that gauge is straight up and down with the middle line, that's what I call running hot. Anytime you're at that line or you're in this area, that's what you call running hot, okay? So, and then as far as overheating occurs when you hit the red. So, I don't know, when you look at that straight on. Okay, yeah, when you look at that straight on, that is pretty much at 12 o'clock. Now let's see, actually, and it really it shouldn't be running that hot at idle at, what is it? Is that an outside temp? Nope. Let me see what the outside temp is. At 68 degrees. So outside it's 68 degrees, and I bet you we're running 210 plus. So I can't help but wonder if it got hot. So I'm going to go ahead and get the computer. I want to see if there's anything stored in the computer on this. Alrighty, folks. Well, I went ahead and pulled the Tahoe into the shop because it's lightning out here. It'd be nice if it rained. Look at that sky. Doesn't that look awesome? Oh, look at that. There's a magpie. I like magpies. They're cool birds. Plus, they take over my property here. They pretty much run out any other bird. Anyways, yeah. It's a beautiful sky this morning. But there's lightning everywhere. So I was like, oh man, I better pull the Tahoe in. So, open up that door. Still baffled on this one. I still don't like where our temperature gauge is at. Okay. Alright, so it's running a little hot. That's obviously an indicator of a water pump or thermostat issue. However, per the actual computer, it's not really running that hot at all. So that says it should be running, that the temp gauge says 210. The computer says 198. Okay, so I think one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on and see if that number changes. If that number stays the same, we might have a temperature sensor issue. That could be why it's kicking it into limp mode and all that other stuff. Really, I don't have too many issues under the hood with the engine right now that I'm seeing. And as you know, we have a see it, fix it policy here in my shop. So if I can't find it, if I can't see it, then it's not going to get fixed. And, you know, we're not just going to throw a bunch of money at it and guess and all that other stuff. So I think my next step on this one is to go ahead and check a few things on it visually. Again, per the complaint, I am going to check the transmission and all that. Get underneath it and check the drive shaft and whatnot, and just give it at this point, I think I'm just going to give it a full inspection. Now, hold on a second. I thought I could hear something letting off some pressure. Okay. All right, well, no worries. I'll come back to this one here in just a few minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get moving forward on the Tundra here. I'm going to go ahead and start with finishing up disconnecting the battery. And then we will work on removing the belt and recovering the Freon and all that other good stuff, and then getting the compressor off of there and going from there. So guys, with the way things have kind of changed for me here, hey, there's Mr. Magpie again. Yeah, sorry for the distraction, but these guys are cool. And actually, I think they're around enough. They're really not too scared of us. Hey, Mr. Magpie, how's it going? There he goes. All right, anyways, guys. So yeah, I know I used to post a lot of tutorials, but my the amount of time that I have has definitely changed, and so there hasn't been a whole lot of time for tutorials. But you know what? There's a lot of neat things that are just happening all the time in the shop, especially with the group of guys that I got helping me out that come in here and work. They're a really good group of guys, so I'm pretty proud of that. And so I was thinking from now on I could start making some of these smaller little videos where we just hang out and I'll show you what's going on in and around the shop and what we're working on, and as things happen I'll post videos and show them to you, and maybe we'll make a reality show out of it. So alright everybody, well, this is Matthew, your friendly neighborhood technician. I greatly appreciate all of your support. I'm going to get to work. I'll talk to you here in a little bit.